this is the one thing that this capped off the whole evening. I mean, seriously. I bought FASA's Doctor Who role-playing game when it first came out, but I couldn't get anyone to play with me. So basically I would just look over the books and see how the characters were created and how you create settings in the stories. And I use RPG source books in my writing. I use them for like reference and inspiration. And this was the first one. The Doctor Who role-playing game. But I never played it until this weekend. They actually had this gaming group that was there. They actually ran a Doctor Who RPG campaign, and I signed up for it, and I went to the character creation workshop, and I finally made my own character for the Doctor Who role-playing game. His name is Wendell Roth. Everybody calls him Wend. Those are his stats and strength, endurance, dexterity, charisma. He's very high in mentality and intuition. He's from Earth, present day Earth. He's human, male, average, with a stocky build and average looks. He's in his mid-40s, long, thick, wavy hair. He's a gadgeteer and a tinker. He has unusual endurance. These are his skill lists. His specialty is in computers, and his specialty is computers. He also does robotics. He's kind of average and above average in everything else. He's distracted by cool gadgets, gets frustrated when his focus is broken, and he can be uncommunicative when concentrating. His clothing, he pretty much dresses like Mr. Rogers. He usually has a mini toolkit with him at all times and whatever devices that have caught his attention. He does have an iPad and an IT card. And he does carry a Swiss Army knife that does 46 damage. This is the character generation worksheet. And it takes you through the process of generating stats for your character. Special abilities. But I went to the workshop first, and they walked me through how to create a character, and then I signed up for the actual game session that was the last thing I attended during the day. They had it in the late afternoon, evening. Yes, I actually missed Svengoolie to play the Doctor Who role-playing game. He was showing Attack of the 50-Foot Woman that night, and I was kind of torn as to whether or not I wanted to do my usual Saturday night thing of pizza and Svengoolie, but I decided to take a walk on the wild side and play Doctor Who. Thankfully Sven did not get canceled, and so I'm happy. I had a blast doing this. I really did. The premise was we were all companions of the Doctors. There was like 4 of us. There was 4 of us. No, 5 of us, including me, in the game. We were all the Doctor's companions, and he was trying to repair the Tardis. The Tardis was going haywire. Go figure. So he dropped us all off on this resort planet while he went off to fix the TARDIS. We got shown around, and we got into like various adventures with the overall theme that the theme park was being sabotaged by this disgruntled worker. Her husband had been killed while repairing one of the rides, and I guess it sent her over the edge, and they did try to compensate her. They really did, but she wasn't having it. So she decided to use her knowledge of animatronics and social media to try and wreck the theme park. Which, me and this other fellow, we had high scores in mentality and initiative, in intuition, and my high computer stats had a big role in figuring out what was going on. On the combat side, not so much. I suppose I should tell you about this one fellow. He was like this. I don't remember. No, it was a woman. It was a girl, and she was playing this one character, and he was entertaining everybody at the wading pool with riding a. It started out as a surfboard, but then she accidentally said she said swordboard, and we all carried on with that. Swordboard? Who the heck makes a surfboard out of a sword? What kind of a place is this? And she was entertaining people in the wading pool. They were all getting behind her, and he role played a him, and he was entertaining everybody, and they were all getting behind him until he decided to try and juggle some other people watching, and it did not go well at all. And everybody kept talking about it all throughout the game. Oh, did you hear about this idiot at the waving pool that was trying to juggle people, and they got hurt? But anyway, we found the lady who was trying to sabotage the park. She was in this secret sub basement of the complex, and we got into the final battle. We're good, okay, as far as, using our knowledge to find her. But when we actually found her, that was pretty much another different story. we kept trying to hit her, and she had a robot. What was it? She had a animatronic of her husband, and also this animatronic of a banjo playing rhino, whose banjo was actually a plasma gun. Well, it was a banjo, but it doubled as a plasma gun, and we were trying to fight them off, and it just was not going well at all. We kept trying to hit her, and instead we kept hitting this reflection of her in this highly polished metal wall. We had guns sticking in the wall, and we had daggers sticking out of her reflection in the wall, and it was interesting, to say the least. I am really glad that I did this. I finally got to play the FASA Doctor Who role-playing game, and I'm gonna hold on to this. We may not have seen the last of Wendell Roth. I actually got a hold of one of her spare robot legs that she had lying around her secret workshop, and kept bludgeoning the rhino with it. And then I tried to bludgeon her, but the roll didn't quite work out so well. Where's my... Oh, here it is. Armed combat contact weapons. I had a 4 in clubs, bludgeons, and maces, and I had a 3 in daggers. I threw my Swiss Army knife at her and it just stuck in the reflection of the metal wall. I did try to hit her with my makeshift bludgeon, my robotic leg, and it didn't quite work out the way I intended. It did kill her, though. Get a robotic leg shoved where the sun don't shine, it'd probably kill you too. And she didn't actually fall over dead. She just leaned back on the robotic leg, dead, impaled on it. I had a blast. I really did. It was worth staying and playing with it. I do get a little funny sometimes about deviating from my normal routine. because I'm usually parked in front of the TV on Saturday nights with my pizza and whatever I'm drinking, watching Sven. But not that night. And I'm glad I did it. I had a blast. And Sven didn't get canceled. That was the best part.